Hello YouTube! If you've been watching my most recent videos, you may have seen or heard that I'm in the middle of packing for another move. One day I will not have to move anymore, but this is still happening. So I've been going through everything that I own. I actually donated 2 bags of clothes and took a big bin to consignment, and I didn't film it because I'm a terrible YouTuber, but hopefully that wouldn't have been too interesting anyway, I don't know. So I've noticed I do still have my dirty drawer that I say, my dirty conventional cosmetics that I don't really use anymore. And I was just kind of thinking, how did they come to be? And I've realized it is my YouTube obsession. I have been watching YouTube since like day one. Michelle Phan was my original. I've watched Tati for years. I've watched Jaclyn Hill for years. Holly, like there's a lot of YouTubers that I follow and still love. But I am gonna blame them for some of my money that it's been spent on things that I didn't really need, because at certain points throughout the YouTube time, you could not go on any one of these channels without them talking about some of these products. So we're gonna start here. There is a lot, and if I feel so inclined, I'm gonna put some on my face, because all I'm wearing right now is the first thing, Coffee Break with Danny, and actually I don't regret this yet. So we'll see. This is the Well People Biotint in shade Fair that I'm just trying out for the first time today, but this was definitely kind of on my list, and then I saw a bunch of YouTubers talking about it, but the biggest mainstream was Coffee Break with Danny, and I was so excited that Green Beauty had gone mainstream, and I would love to see more of the larger channels talking about clean products for us. So I'm really enjoying that right now. I will see if I can link something around here if that video turns out. The second one, just because it's right in front of me and I'm sorry that it's dirty, but the Beauty Blender. Have you ever had more people tell you to spend $26 on a sponge for your makeup? Yeah, I haven't either. This is another thing I don't regret, because I do use it all the time. I just used it for my face, so that's why it's dirty right now. I think I will be replacing this with the 100% pure sponge, because I tend to like sponges to do my makeup, which will be hilarious if I do film my brush collection and you see just how many brushes I have, and then I tend to use the sponge. So I'm gonna try and group this by brand, maybe? Is the easiest way to get through everything. So the first thing that started it all for me on a makeup hoarding path that I am now trying to get away from was the Hourglass Ambient lighting powder. And the YouTubers, beauty gurus at the time, influencers now, would not stop talking about this. I couldn't get away from it if I was online, and I was always online. So this is the original trio. Right after, I think they started with the large pants, and then they brought this out so you could try a couple of shades. And it is super old, so I'm gonna have to be getting rid of this. And the powders always break me out. I mean, they're beautiful on the skin, but my skin couldn't handle it. So for as expensive as they are, and how many of them I got, and I have another palette around here somewhere, they are a bit of a regret for me, and YouTube made me buy it. So I can't even name the influencer because it was all of them. It was everybody. Have you tried them? Do you like them? Do you still use them? Does anyone talk about these anymore? This video should be called, Do You Remember These? Okay. The next one is TheBalm. This is the Hot Mama, but TheBalm in general. This was like the Nars Orgasm dupe, which I think is kind of funny because I'm not actually sure that this is much cheaper than the Nars one. It is a beautiful shade. It's cleaner than some things, but I wouldn't recommend it, and I don't use it anymore, so this is also going to be out of the collection now, but I loved it. I love the packaging on these. This is also, I think, one that's maybe more talked about is the Mary Lou-Manizer, and they came out with like a luminizing palette, and part of me still wants that. Oh my gosh, I need to stop. I think this has an EWG score of 2 or 3, so it's not the dirtiest thing ever, but definitely not a clean product. Beautiful champagne powder highlight. Loved it for the inner corner. Loved it on the eye. I like that both of these are safe, or safe for eye use as well. I'm trying to remember who originally talked about this. I know Jaclyn Hill loved it, and Holly that I watch on here, but yeah, it was another beauty guru mainstay. Oh my gosh, Colourpop. This was like a limited edition birthday girl. Did they just have, this was like maybe the second year that they did one. It smells like it's still good. You can really tell with Colourpop when it goes off, it smells like Play-Doh. And I love the formula. This is probably one of the lesser expensive. YouTube made me buy it, although I bought tons of shades and a lot of them went bad before I even used them, which I guess could be considered my fault. And this is something that actually still gets talked about today, Colourpop. So a little more long stay maybe than some of the other things. But definitely I wouldn't be ordering from the US if someone hadn't told me that it was amazing and worth it, and there's that. It is a really cool formula. I think if you're gonna be 80% clean, 20% kind of dabbling, maybe Colourpop's okay to buy a thing or two and just not use it too much, or for trends, that kind of thing, because you can also clean it out. And I've had pretty good luck with recycling the packaging, even though it is plastic. But you know, we gotta live a little. You gotta make yourself happy however that looks, and if it's just gonna be a little something, maybe Colourpop's not too bad. I don't love a lot of their formulas. I had their lippy sticks, but I didn't wear them very often, and I tried their blush and things. I loved Cornelius by Kathleen Lights in the Crease. Oh, maybe I'll blame Kathleen Lights for this one, because she is the Colourpop queen, and I still kind of have to be careful about watching her videos because she makes me want all the new collections. Colourpop releases way too many new collections that you can't collect, that we don't need. Can we calm down, Colourpop? I think I'm a little out of order for linear when people were talking about these. Let's go next with Lorac. And again, this was everybody, but I'm going to be blaming this on Tati Westbrook. This was all she talked about. This is what anybody was using. Jaclyn Hill was using this. Everyone was using Lorac shadows, and I don't feel like they're talked about anymore. I'm gonna do this whole video without anything on my face. Seems like a bad idea. I'm gonna do it, and then we might apply some stuff so you can remember what these looked like at the end. So I'm sorry for the mug. I'm not really apologizing, but just ignore it. Just ignore it. Look at the products. Yeah, they're quite powdery. I don't know why everyone thought these were the most amazing. And in Canada, we don't have Ulta. So it was so hard to get my hands on this. Where did I buy this from? Like a secondhand makeup site that's Taylor shops at and recommended. So I got my hands on it, and I wanted it for so long and everything. And then I barely used it. It was like 2014 when mauve was very in. Do you remember everything? There's like Anna by Nars, and that really neutral blush from Tarte, and then like those kind of color eyeshadows. We were very monochromatic. I think YouTube's moved more into like the orange warm sphere, but look out, because things may be a-changing. This is one that Holly with the bright red hair, can't remember the name of her channel, if it is Holly or not, really loved all these Stila Eyes Are the Window palettes. She particularly liked the matte one, so my husband bought me that for Christmas. I tend to use, if I ever do use it, these two shades, and the rest of the palette is a bit of a waste for me. So that's been disappointing, and Holly, I'm blaming you for this one. You said it was so good. It's not bad, I didn't need it. This is maybe still kind of a thing on YouTube, although not as much lately. I think people just know that everybody uses it or whatever. So I've got a little sample of Becca Opal, that like the original shade. And then the Jaclyn Hill Craze, the champagne pop right in the middle there. It was everywhere. I didn't want to buy it. I didn't really have interest in buying it. I wasn't really into powder highlights. I still tend to use more cream, although I'm kind of looking for some green beauty powders to share so everyone from different preferences can take part in the movement. But yeah, Becca Shimmering Skin Perfectors. They break so easily. They have really unhealthy ingredients. Their liquid highlights have parabens in them. Like, they're not even trying to be clean, so that's a pass. They're really pretty colors, but I just don't want to put that stuff on my skin. So maybe Jaclyn gets the blame for that one, because Champagne Pop was everywhere, still is kind of everywhere. It's a beautiful color, but it's her fault. This is a Zoella year after year, I think, when she does like her fall winter makeup. This is Nars. Talk about another dirty company that has like endocrine disruptors and parabens in a lot of their formulas, so watch out. This is the Nars eyeshadow duo in Isolde. And Isolde. They're beautiful shades. Like, this is how they get you, and they really make blue eyes bluer on her, and they really complement my brown eyes. And it's kind of like a golden goddess. Amazing, beautiful look. I haven't gotten rid of it. So here's the thing. I've noticed in my collection, what I always recommend people to do is to use up what they have and then replace it with a cleaner alternative. Now, my skin was so bad, and even like the red spots are like little reminiscent of how bad it got when I was using conventional products, that I just stopped using them. So that's why I have a drawer of like unused things, was to save my skin. And once my skin started clearing up, I was like, why do I want to use these things? Every time I try them, I get a little texture on my forehead. Like, I was playing with some things the other day and I get redness, especially around the jawline. That's if I was using anything from MAC, I definitely got that. Back to Nars Isolde. So I still have this duo that I don't use because I spent good money on it and they're pretty shades, but my eyes, they drive my eyes crazy. So I'm looking for a dupe of these. Hopefully I'll have some green beauty alternatives, and then I can say goodbye to this stuff for good, because it's not good for me, it's not good for the planet, it's not good for you or any of us. Yeah, Zoella. Sorry about the tangent. Beautiful colors, but don't buy. Okay. Why did everybody have every shade? I think they start, this is the Clinique's Cheek Pop. This is Cola, because I thought it was the most unique shade. I didn't really need like a nude blush and all these other things. Well, maybe I kind of want that nude one. No. See, recovering beauty hoarder addict. I still fall prey to it. I don't really buy anything, but sometimes I do want the things everyone is talking about. That's why you have to be careful and limit your time and that kind of thing. This is a really cool color. Use it so lightly. I would only take like a dual fiber brush for this, and RMS just came out with like a new kind of similar shade, so maybe we might have a dupe there. We'll see. Very lightly in the wintertime, and then like, it's not as intimidating as it looks. It's just kind of, I think MAC has a bright red blush that I would put on in the same kind of realm for the same purpose. So really cool. But yeah, every beauty guru, everybody, people that were like, I don't even want this, and then they bought 5 shades to swatch because everyone's talking about it. I think Pansy Pop. What year was like Pansy the color of the year, or Wild Orchid or something? Right? That's what happened. I think these were like $22 at the time. They've gone up in price since then. I'm talking Canadian, I apologize for any other international viewers. It's pretty. I like looking at it. That's probably why I keep it, is just like the little daisy in it makes me happy. Here, you can look at it too, so it'll make you happy too. But yeah, I only wear it a couple of times a year. I guess we'll see today, after putting it on my cheeks, if it totally freaks my skin out. That's going back in the dirty drawer. Some of these are not going back. Some of these will be decluttered, as I've already filmed a few things. So stay tuned. Will that be up before or after this? Who knows? This is another Tati one, and I don't even think they sell this at Sephora anymore. This is the Modster Manuka Honey Enriched Pigments in Sunday. I buy anything that's named Sunday. It just makes me feel like so relaxed and chill, and like a white tank top and ripped jeans. Like, there's something about Sunday. And it is my perfect gold eyeshadow shade. With layering, I can kind of mimic this, but it's kind of nice to have the one and done. And a lot of my clean shades are neutrals that I wear every day. Not that I wouldn't wear like a champagne every day, but they don't have as much shimmering shine to them. So I still have this one around. I might still use this, I don't know. This is a judgment-free zone, for anybody wondering. If you ever see me decluttering something and it ends up back in my drawer, well, let's hope that doesn't happen. But let's just be cool, alright? You can poke fun at me. remind me that I should be getting rid of it. But all in all, we're here to support each other. It's a fun community. We're chilling. So this, I think I used up the nude shade. I had like a little sample. I didn't use a full stick. Everyone was talking about the mermaids, and they used Makeup Forever Aqua Lip, so it was waterproof, and and you needed the eyeliners, and you needed the lip liner because then it wouldn't come off underwater. I don't know who of us was swimming underwater, but that was the thing. And I still have a red one because it's not a bad lip liner. It will dry out your lips though, so this is not an everyday thing. This is a like, I'm going to an event and I'm not gonna have time to look in a mirror or touch up kind of deal. Emergency case, okay? What did Rosemary Swift say? Long wear makeup is aging makeup. So if it's called long wear, it's not doing anything good for your skin. And I try to remember that when I have weak moments, like we all do. This is just gonna go out MAC in general, but definitely Fix Plus. Fix Plus still seems like the thing that you wet your makeup with. I really wanna get the Rosewater and Glycerin spray. Not by Morio, but I'll try and link it down below if I can find it on Amazon or something to replace this. But again, it's like, use up what you got. I think this might even be expired. I really don't use this. Once in a blue moon maybe. But MAC in general, like they used to be this cool Canadian company that was really supportive of inclusion, and now they sell in China, so they're not cruelty free anymore, and their makeup has dimethicone. It has broken me out, it has done all sorts of horrible things, and their red lipstick has lead in it, so MAC's kind of a no from me. But I would love to see them grow and change. We gotta hope for the future, right? That our consumer dollars can affect our favorite brands, and then maybe they can be our favorite brands, good for us and good for the planet. Wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be so cool? This I'm gonna try and put on right now. This is the Kat Von D. I think they stopped making this in Thunderstruck, the metal eyeshadow. These break like a cuss word that I'm not gonna say on YouTube. Look at this. This was so broken. I poured like alcohol and repressed it. It's so bad. But even going into Sephora, like I went into Sephora specifically for this shade, and I think it was sold out because people were like, oh, don't use it as eyeshadow. It's like the most beautiful white gold highlight. And I was like, what? I'm gonna see. I wonder why they stopped making it. I'm trying to show you. Maybe I'll put it everywhere. Oh no, it's really pretty. It is really pretty. I don't tend to like to see anything on my skin. I kind of think makeup's like my own secret. Not that I don't love like a pop lip and things, but I think I said I was gonna do this at the end, right? So I've got it popped in there. It really is a really pretty not rose gold, white gold. It's almost like a pigment, and I really want to get is it by Root? They have a white gold that is clean, and it's a loose powder, which if this keeps breaking, it might as well be. I blame everybody for that. Everyone was using it, and definitely the girl at Sephora, when I went in, she was like, this one, this is the thing. I'm gonna try throwing this on right now. So this is Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk, and I think this is Amelia Liana. Is that how you say it? We are just whipping it on today. So she said she went through like 3 of these pencils. I will admit that Charlotte Tilbury's lip liners wear well. I don't know why I thought this was the perfect color. I actually think it's a bit too pink on me now. But anyway, definitely her, maybe Essie Button, because you know they were kind of friends, Estee Lalonde, that kind of thing. So this, and this was more of a blogger thing. This is Charlotte Tilbury's in Nude Kate, which is arguably too beige for anybody. It smells like vanilla. It's like a really thick formula. And that's on top of the Pillow Talk, so it adds a little pink to it. It makes you look like a corpse without a lip liner. This is not something you can wear by itself. I mean, the packaging gets me. I'm gonna try and repot some lipsticks into it to reuse. Again, but did I need this? There's actually really affordable, similar shades around with a cleaner formula. So thank you, internet, for introducing me to Charlotte Tilbury. This is the habit I'm having the hardest time of breaking, because Charlotte like sells a dream, like the first thing, and this always breaks me out, which is so disappointing. Like ever since I got it when I was still using dirty makeup and I contour with it, like I'd always get spots. And I'm doing it today, and we're gonna see if it's gonna happen again. This is the original Film Star Bronze and Glow by Charlotte Tilbury in that iconic Art Deco packaging. Do I look more tan? This probably looks ridiculous. This is kind of something I'm over. Is the stripe of contour and then the blush and then the highlight. It never looks all blended together. It looks like Neapolitan ice cream. Can we stop? Can we move on from that? So I started with a clean product. I'm gonna finish with a clean product, which I was actually so glad had made it to mainstream. This is the RMS Living Lou-Manizer, the one, the only, the original. It is so pretty. I really wanted this when I was looking for like a silver highlight. I think Chanel had just come out with a limited edition silver. I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. So this is a little more lively than that one. It's like a white with almost, not blue, but like borderline blue shift to it. And it'll make everyone think that your skin is really healthy. Alright, so since we are playing in the dirty drawer today, I'm going to put some things on my face because maybe we don't remember what all of this stuff is like. I hope this part is helpful. I hope it gives you some ideas of how to move on, and I'll see if I can find some dupes for everybody. There, I'm going to start with the Stila palette, and some of these you might already have. I'm not trying to sell you anything new. In fact, don't buy these. Except for maybe the clean ones if you really want them. But I'm throwing on this color here just in the crease. That's an all matte palette. Then we're going into, this is gonna be too purple. I'm gonna go into this one here. Unconditional in the Lorac Unzipped. And again, this is just if you already have it. I mean, we don't need to waste our money. As you can see, YouTube can make you waste a lot of money. And I remember having this talk with my girlfriend, my bestie, about some of the products that I just purchased, and I was really excited, and she had never heard of them because it wasn't the real world, it was YouTube. And she's actually still the friend that I talk to the most about beauty, but we shop at like similar stores and things now, like the Green Kiss, which you know I love and adore so much. That was a big reality check for me, is it's just on the internet. You're not gonna always be able to be excited with someone in your life because they have no idea what you're talking about. You know, I'm even going to take a little bit of ethereal light. I'm just going to run it down the nose and see if this, ooh. Okay, so I honestly just popped on a little concealer so I could use, dun 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 dun, the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Dim Light. Because this is really all I used this for anyway. Oh no. It's a bit dark on me. How did I never notice that before? Maybe I used to use a really light hand. Okay. So I'm realizing now that I'm not going to be able to use everything. You know what, we're going to use Opal. We're going to take some Colourpop and pop it right in the middle. For a little sparkle. For a lot of sparkle. Okay, I think that's everything I can get away with shoving on my face right now. I can't believe I forgot to talk about this. This lime crime. The drama, the controversy, the everything. So this is the Lime Crime, the original Venus palette. These shades are so hard to pull off. I think I kind of wanted the reds to try and do like a Jaclyn Hill smoky eye, because her red smoky eyes are life, let's be honest. But it's almost too pigmented. Like sometimes being highly pigmented is not a great thing. If it doesn't blend out beautifully, it can look pretty artificial on your face. I don't want an artificial face. It's all preference though, right? I can't remember who to blame for this, but we'll just say the internet. No personal accountability here. No, definitely this was all my choice to buy these things, but please be aware of the way you're being influenced. I'm happy to give you a gentle reality check because I found it really helpful for people to remind me that makeup is not everything. Go out with your friends before you spend money on makeup, because I would always spend my money on makeup and then I couldn't afford to go out. So we gotta be careful. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Alright, and until next time, please keep smiling out there. Bye!